So, you're back again. You obviously have found some reason to keep hanging on to this series of small talks. You may remember that I spoke about will. No doubt will is essential if you are ever going to carry out something that is both difficult and takes a lot of time and energy. Certain things do not come easily, like learning to play the piano to a high level of virtuosity. There are a couple of things that must be in place behind such acts of will. You must have a motive of sufficient strength, and you must have an inner confidence, a deep trust in your ability to complete the task. Will must be backed by motive and inner confidence. I have witnessed many times how the lack of inner confidence has ruined even the most motivated efforts. The lack of inner confidence has corroded the willpower, mostly due to resistance and difficulties met on the road to achievement. If you lose your confidence in your ability to achieve, willpower blows away like dust, no matter how motivated you are, or may initially have been. Observations of this kind is an almost everyday experience, and usually about material, managerial, economic or similar achievements. Therefore, mostly a matter of want rather than true will. Nevertheless, it is a matter of failing trust in one's own ability to achieve. A person who fails in achieving everyday targets obviously is not one with much willpower. The test is all about how to turn weak want into strong will based on inner confidence. Motivation alone is not enough. It is necessary, but it may back simple wants more than will. Therefore, it is important to learn to distinguish between what lies behind your motivation. As long as the motivating impulse arises from externalities, material or social or whatever, motivation will back mere want. Motives that back will demands inner confidence, and they have little to do with the material world and its petty temptations. Even though you may have a lot of self-confidence and trust in your ability to reach your goals in the material world, get a better job, bring about results for yourself and for your business, be able to connect with people both socially and professionally, and get what you want. This is not a true indication that you have this inner confidence that I'm talking about. It might just prove that you are a self-centered, narcissistic, and egoistic asshole. Let this be my judgment and move on. What exactly is inner confidence that I'm talking about? I think it is the backbone of true will. True will always works on higher levels. If your targets are the material world only, you may leave these monologues of mine right now and open out to learn something new. The inner confidence is a very profound strength that needs to be developed. It takes time unless you have it in you from birth. Then inner confidence is a kind of strength that will sit in the marrow of your dorsal column in all you do. Yet it is of paramount importance in order to transcend yourself. Very few knows what it means to transcend themselves. They think it is like when they are able to overcome their emotions or surmount some of their limitations. It is great when you are able to handle some of the psychological and physical challenges in life, but it has nothing to do with transcendence. In my language, transcendence means going beyond the person you are and move into the unexplored depths of yourself, connecting with a deeper, or wider, if you will, spheres of consciousness. It means leaving the ordinary levels of yourself and your surroundings, passing behind the veils of illusion that keeps you tied to the ordinary life and its multitude of references. Transcendence is moving beyond yourself, as an individual. And to begin with, reach into the transcendental, into transhuman consciousness. Leaving the safe ground of ordinary life, being is in itself very demanding and will usually be a terrifying, nightmarish experience. Most of those who have faced this era have pulled back, never to retry. Indeed, you will face all the horrors of humanity, and that is because you are one with it. One with humanity as such, and inevitably you will have to face it. Reaching into these horrors will teach you and slowly develop a profound empathy with the human condition. You will understand the oneness of humanity, and this is why you will pass through to a different experience. Once you have understood how you are immersed in the life of this planet, have seen what it is and how deep your connection to every aspect of it is, you will also begin to comprehend your own presence and part in it, however insignificant. This is where you will pass through. What opens up is yet another challenge: death. The underworld is waiting for you after your hellish passage in the transhuman fields, jaws wide open. Once again, your inner confidence is challenged. You will meet Charon at the riverside, and he will ferry you across to those misty lands if you dare, if you fear not. Here is nothing like you are used to, and nothing like what you have read in Greek or other mythology. Here is a spiritual presence, and you will learn that in the cosmic sphere there is no death, just another phase of life, because cosmos is life. I will talk more about death in an upcoming podcast, by the way. Yes, you will be ferried back once you have accepted death and experienced its necessity as well as its teaching. The fear most people experience facing death will be gone. At this stage, your inner confidence has solidified and is prepared for the next step. Inner confidence on this level must build through experience, even before you seek into the transcendental realm and the fields of death. It must be trained in the here and now of your life, by taking on challenges and surmounting fear in whichever shape it confronts you. Life on this planet, as you have seen via televised news, puts people through the most incredible tests. Catastrophes, war, misery, and too much wealth too. Indeed, too much is just as serious a test as too little. The comfortable life is as severe a challenge as is the miserable. Very few well-off understand the fact that they are being tested, that their wealthy but insignificant lives are empty while they need outwardly boasting their imagined self-confidence in a material expression. True inner confidence actually implies that the fear of death is gone, and that you have understood the human condition to such a degree that your nerve of empathy is alive and sensitive. Then you come closer to understanding your own situation, your own position in life too. So if you are alert and awake, you will soon discover that you face some challenges every day, even trying to remain honest and true to yourself. You may have seen the tarot card named the Fool, or the Fool. You see the Fool standing at the cliff edge over a chasm, and a dog ripping his pants, trying to hold him back. What is holding back may be interpreted as is the physical fear of falling into that deep chasm. The Fool, however, is looking slightly upward, as if ignoring the end of the cliff. The point is that he is not ignoring it, but that he has inner confidence that there is an invisible bridge there that will carry him and lead him to the other side of the chasm. This bridge is entirely dependent on his inner confidence. If this confidence is missing, there will be no bridge there. The bridge that leads to the beyond of himself is built by his confidence in its existence. An unshakable trust is what will carry him across. Inner confidence is a prerequisite in order to surmount your own limitations in every effort of life. But when it comes to passing the tests on the inner path to illumination in the depths of cosmic consciousness, it is absolute. There are no shortcuts, no escaping. Once you face it, you may turn around and walk back or continue with complete inner confidence. Cross that bridge and walk into the rising sun. Be blinded and absorbed by the light. There is nothing that compares to this deep-rooted inner confidence. What makes it extraordinary in life is that it comes with an understanding of worldly limits. This includes respecting the life, needs and rights of others, because your transcendental passage has taught you to know pain. Thus, empathy will guide your execution of will. I leave you here to measure for yourself how deep is the reach of your inner confidence.